Great job today. I think the tie together that came together was amazing. The concept of playing C to a D, which is a whole step, D to an E, which is a whole step, E to an F, which is a half step, F going up to our second finger, which is readily available for the third fret on that G, pinky hitting the A on the E string at the fifth, our first finger being right above the second fret for the B, and then our half step for the C puts us in a position to have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C with the extension of two more notes if we wanted to. If you just use the one finger correlating to the spiders, then one more note. Either way, puts us in a greater position to have more of a melody builder after we get through that. The second one would have open C, D, E to the F, and then rather than going to the G right here, as you noticed, I didn't play my first finger, third finger, fourth finger. I played my first finger, second finger, third finger, so I could take my pinky to that G, play the A at the fifth fret, B, and then C right here, leading to a D, E, F. If we did D, E, F, you can see how this goes up the fretboard. Each one of these moves us into a different position, so we're going to work about those scales in the future. However, today's main takeaway is when you play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, when you get to your so, do, re, mi, fa, so, the next note is going to be your la, which is your sixth. Not your T, but your sixth is your A in the key of C. All the notes in A minor are all the same notes in C major, meaning any key that has a sixth, which they all do, has a relative minor and major. Our takeaway today is that when we see just the, let's say, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and G, when we see these as being movable shapes and patterns, if we learn a song in the key of G major, and then it goes from, like, let's say, G major to a B minor, to a C major, to an F sharp diminished, we would have a 1, minor 3, major 4, diminished 7, back to 1. That's in the key of G. If I put that into the C with no sharps and flats, we would have C, and then we would go to a minor third, E minor, our major fourth would be an F, and then our diminished would be a B diminished. So the same feeling, la, 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 the 1, 3 is the minor, F is the 4, and then the 7 is the diminished. No matter what key we're doing this in, we can modulate our progressions. At this point, we should see that the major is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. When we play a C major scale from the A note, and we play it in the same idea, A to B is a whole step, B to C is A to B, A to B is a whole step, B to C is a half step, C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step, E to F is a half step, and F to G is a whole step. So the concept behind this is when we play an A minor, we get whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, meaning it changes the interval masses. So C to D, D to E flat to F, F to G, G to A flat to B flat, and B flat to C. That makes a natural minor, but more importantly, a C natural minor. The concept here is we're going to talk about minors and majors in every key, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give denominations or seniorities to them, which we've already started, like in the key of C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C. The concepts we're going to move into here, which is going to help with all music, is that you don't necessarily have to stay with the major or minor seniority in a key. It's called a modulation. So if we're playing a C major to an A minor to a C7 and then to an F, we quite literally played a C major a 1, A minor a 6. When we played the C7, you could call it a 1 dominant, like a 1-7 chord, or you could just call it an E diminished, because the C7 is an E diminished and it resolves to its 1 chord. F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C major, D minor, E diminished, and F. So the concentration is, we see chords and notes as being two things in different chords, and we talk about it. It's good seeing you. We'll talk about these things next week. And next week, we're going to do a little bit more for this concept. So why not give it a whirl this week? Any key we play in, we can play a rest and a quarter note. It gives us a drop feeling. C major, F major, G major. Rest, quarter, or rest, eighth note. Either way. Heck, you could even do rest. Go. Rest, triplet, rest, triplet, rest, triplet, rest, triplet. Also a valid type of rhythm. We'll go over these next week. Looking forward to seeing you then. Aloha.